Good morning, everyone. I'm Marcie Wallace, a member of the Generosity team. Along with me on the team are Rob Iracane, Mike Spinella, and Faith Wozniak, as well as our staff partners, Reverend Katrina, John Thompson, and Kim Crabtree. A little bit about generosity or stewardship, or maybe we should rename it Saint Month. Shortly, you will receive a generosity packet in the mail this week. The letter begins, "Music is a powerful presence in our lives, and not only when we're listening. It helps us celebrate and mourn, reflect and rejoice. It gives voice to the wonder and struggle of being alive. In short, music builds hope, culture, and community. That's why the Generosity team has chosen a chorus of generosity as this year's stewardship theme. A chorus is a beautiful metaphor for our life together at Union. Each of us brings a unique voice, some strong, some gentle, some seasoned, some new. And when we join them in harmony, something greater, more complex, and more powerful emerges than any one of us could create alone. Worship is the heartbeat of our Union community. Each Sunday, leading up to Generosity Sunday on November 23rd, a member of our congregation will share a personal reflection on their life at Union and what inspires their generosity. So what does the spirit of generosity mean to you? How does your voice blend into our chorus? Today, we're delighted to welcome Karen Daviou to the lectern to share her thoughts.
I had really good news this week. I found out I was an inch taller than I thought I was, so. I don't know why I was asked to speak for Stewardship Campaign. I am in no position to talk to you people about generosity and giving. I can, however, tell you why I think that Union Cong matters, why I think it's important. I discovered Union one Saturday afternoon in November 23 years ago. I was driving down Cooper Avenue for the very first time, quite by accident, and I came upon a big old stone church. At that time, I had been on a lengthy, unproductive search for a new home church, and I thought I had hit every one of them in a 30-mile radius. So how did I miss this one? Well, it was a United Church of Christ, and I really didn't know much about it, so I had to go and do some searching. You know, lest I fall into the fiery pits of hell when I walk through the front door. And to be perfectly honest with you, I spent many years here asking myself, what do these people believe? My former church laid things out pretty clearly. We read the Ten Commandments on Sunday morning. We preached from the Heidelberg Catechism on Sunday night. We recited the Apostles' Creed, sometimes the Belgic Confession. We talked a lot about God and Jesus. I belong to the church of John Calvin and Abraham Kuyper. We believed in salvation through faith. We believed in tulip. There was never a question what we believed. So when I came here, I was in the dark. As time went by, though, I began to see what Union was all about. Little children took communion. Muslims came to our church and prepared us dinner. We taught English to refugees. We built ramps in the homes of members who sat next to us in church. Union bought boats for fishermen in another country who we never met. We bought a van for an organization here in Essex County. And 2 weeks ago, we made a substantial donation to people in many ways very unlike us. We cook meals for one another. We drive those in need to appointments. We march for environmental justice, work towards racial and gender equality and equity. Union Cong does Bible study, sometimes two. We have choir, handbells, women's breakfast, and I hear we have the return of breakfast for men. Katrina does a young mothers group. We have a theater group, a film group, book groups. And Union Cong likes a good party. You know, I spent most of my working life working in hospitals, and I often would come upon a patient who was going home alone, very alone. They couldn't drive, they couldn't cook, they could barely get out of bed by themselves. And I would ask them if they had a church. And they would say, the church? The church doesn't do anything. I consider myself blessed that 23 years ago, by accident, I found Union. In her book, Sharing Leadership, Sarah Drummond listed the UCC top 10. My personal favorites. Number 4, the UCC is inspired to be abundantly inclusive by Jesus' radical welcome to all. You know, no matter who you are or where you are in life's journey, you are welcome here. Number 6, the UCC leaves room for questioning and doubt. And of course, number 7, God is still speaking. How reassuring to know that God didn't go quiet with the 16th century. What we do here at Union Cong is put our faith to action, and I think that is worth our continuous support.